This lesson is 7-3, Future Value of Investments. How can you effectively plan for the future balance in an account? How can you calculate what the value of a deposit will be after a certain amount of time? If you want your balance to be a specific amount at the end of a period of time, how do you determine how much your initial deposit and subsequent deposits should be? Remember to consider the annual interest rate when considering your answer. So we have an equation, and it looks rather complicated, so we want to make sure that we have that written down. So for our future value of periodic deposit investments, and then we want to read example 1. So go ahead and pause the video, read through that formula, and then read example 1. All right, so we're looking for the balance. So B equals, our principal is $5,000. 1 plus our rate is 4.5% divided by, well, it is compounded. It doesn't say, oh, yep, it says annually. So annually is once, raised to the 1 times 20. 45 to 65 is 20. And then don't forget it's your minus 1, close your parenthesis, all over your rate, 4.5% divided by 1. So when you put this in the calculator, make sure you've got everything correctly. So you want to do a top-bottom fraction, 5,000, parenthesis 1 plus, now again a top-bottom fraction, 4.5% over 1, get out, raise it to the 1 times 20, get out of that, minus 1. That's the part kids miss. And then another parenthesis. Oh, I forgot the initial parenthesis. So let's go back here. I need a second parenthesis. Got that? Then go to the bottom, do another top-bottom fraction. So 4.5% over 1 and hit enter. So our answer for our balance is 156,857.11. So that is $156,857.11. How much interest will Rich and Laura earn over the 20-year period? So now what we have to do is use the formula to the right, I equals B minus P. So interest equals their ending balance, which was 156,857.11, minus their total principal. And the key there is total. So they paid $5,000 each year. Well, how many years was that? So that's why the total principal is the amount paid times the time. Okay? So you get interest equals 56857.11. All right, next page. So how much more would Rich and Laura have in their account if they decide to hold off retirement for an extra year? So now we have B equals 5,000, double parenthesis, 1 plus 4.5% over 1, raised to the 1 times 21 minus 1, close parenthesis, over 4.5% over 1. So now they would have 168,915.68. So how much more would they have? Well, if we subtract the previous page of 156,857.11, our answer would be $12,058.57. So now, how much more interest would Rich and Laura earn by retiring after 21 years? Well, if this is the amount they make from that 1 year, how much more did they have to put in that 1 year? Well, they only put in that $5,000 extra for the 1 year. So $7,058.57 would be the extra interest for 1 year. Wow, that might be worth it. Okay. All right, now they're asking us to carefully examine the solution in example 1. During the computation of the numerator, is the 1 being subtracted from the 20? Explain your reasoning. So if we go back to example 1 and we look at the numerator, is the 1 being subtracted from the 20? And the answer is, hopefully you're saying no. Why? Because it's subtracted from the quantity. So notice it's being subtracted from all of that part. So it's not part of the exponent. So you know your orders of operations. First you do this whole part first. So you do all of this. If you were doing this by hand, you would do this whole part first in orange. Then you would subtract 1. Then you would do your division. Alright? Alright, let's try example number 3. Linda and Rob open an online savings account that has a 3.6% annual interest rate, compounded monthly. If they deposit $1,200 every month, how much will be in the account after 10 years? All right, so B equals 1,200, double parenthesis, 1 plus 3.6%. Monthly means 12 raised to the 12 times 10 years. Get out of the exponent, minus 1 over 3.6% over 12. So go ahead, pause, figure out what your balance is, and let's figure this out. So your answer should be 173,022.87. So that is $173,000. $173,022.87. Woo, that's a lot of money. All right, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Make sure you know that formula. Good luck.